All right. It is time. Hello, Minerva. Hello, DM. Welcome to the chat. Good to see ya. Don't mind me, just setting up a few things here. My chat monitoring, as I usually do. What's up, my monkey? Nothing much, bro. Just gaming, as you do. Alright. Okay. We got this. So, we're about to bust this run wide open. As soon as we get the... what do you call it? As soon as we get the Circlet of Suresh, we are going to be gaming. Like, gaming hard. We're going to have a Wiz mod of +10, which is very respectable. Basically endgame in a normal run. You can get to 10, like on the Starforge, and we'll have that, you know, in the base game, which is, you know, really strong. So our 4 saves are going to be positively unstoppable. The rest of the game is going to be lemon squeezy. And once we get the Revan robes too, oh boy, that's just gonna be... that's gonna be the Malik fight of all time, I tell ya. We're on Dantooine already? This is not Dantooine. Haven't felt this tense since we fell into that nest of Gundarks. Real thing that was said in a Star Wars movie. I wonder how Ort Mantell's doing, seeing as Gundarks in SWTOR are native to Ord Mantell. Hello, Bardicus. Another happy landing. No, no, that's not the second movie. That's the third one. This is outrageous. It's unfair. You can't quote the third movie. We haven't even watched it in the server yet. Come on. Come on. Don't make me wait. There you go. Good doggy. It's from the Backrooms video. I didn't know. There is, in fact, a third Star Wars movie, little known fact. George Lucas kept it a secret, so as to not overwhelm our peon brains. No other reason whatsoever. No other reason whatsoever. There's a part 1 and part 2 of that video. Honestly, that's frightening. You know, when a Darth Theorist video got 2 parts, it's about to be something special. Six hours in that movie? 6 hours of that? Wow. I'm kind of scared. What? Hold.
Belated appreciation donate for Yoda Run. Got my paycheck yesterday so I can finally send it. Keep the good work, bro. I'm looking forward to Republic Commando Run. D.
Wow, Chups, thank you very, very much for your support. I highly appreciate it. Yeah, dude, Yoda Run was fun. I was glad to be able to do it. It's always interesting when I can go with a funny bit. Republic Commando Run will indeed be fun. Oh, the Revenge of the Sith Part 1 and 2. Okay. Right. Hello, Mijan Chi. Welcome to the chat. Good to see ya. Alright, let's see how this is gonna work. Lore. Thankfully, the ones who run at me are not smart. Come to me. Also, I don't know about you guys, but have your YouTube feeds been recommending you the... Oh, shit. Have your YouTube feeds been recommending you the entire Angry Birds movie that somebody just uploaded? Damn, I guess my saves just aren't good enough without the circlet at the moment. That or maybe he just casted Force Immunity and I didn't see it. Either way, we got it. But yeah, someone just uploaded the entire first Angry Birds movie to YouTube. And now it's like a meme farm. People are in the comments time-stamping saying heinous shit like me in Ryan Gosling's sewer system. In the scene where they're spitting out the Mighty Eagles' piss into each other's mouths. That's a real thing that happens in the movie, by the way. But yeah, I don't know. I guess YouTube really wanted me to see that. Low-key could be a movie night. Would be comedic, I think. Okay, it hit, but no it didn't. Cool. Thanks. Want to make a list of episodes to avoid? Sure. How it goes? Hello, Exarcoon. My feed is contaminated with what ifs. This is... yeah, that makes sense. This is a consequence of our research into the Star Wars what ifs going on. Hello, Richard. It hit, but no it didn't. Sounds like my last situationship. Wow. Darth Theorist takeover. This is important. We need as many thumbnails posted to the server as possible. We need to be scared of every single one. That being said, I wonder if anyone's gonna do like a drama vid where they're like, the Star Wars theory slop epidemic is all over the place. All these people are using AI to make thumbnails, or whatever. Darth Theorist is like Michael Jordan in his prime, you can't stop him, you can only hope to contain him. Remember a video title during the B-movie meme days where it was like, the B-movie, but it's literally the whole movie? Watch it before it gets taken down. That does sound like something that would happen back in the day. I remember. They were the glory days. Okay, this guy persists despite the horrors. Low-key, kind of inspirational. I hate him, but it's kind of inspirational. Not a big fan. Darth Theorist has the stupendous wave shaking in his boots. Yeah, stupendous wave has to become even more shitty if he wants to compete. Dark should I be like, the horrors persist, but so do I. The B movie, but it's a Bug's Life instead. It's crazy how animation studios were just copying each other back in the day. Like, Madagascar came out and Disney tried to make their own Madagascar-like, if you will. B-movie, Bug's Life, Ants. Everyone was just copying each other, man. It was kind of crazy. But such is the early 2000s and late 1990s. Before AI could be used to make low-effort work, you just had to copy other people's original ideas and make it slightly different to avoid copyright. It's the classic way to be artistically lazy. What can I say? I am the knight. Anakin falls in the back rooms. Isn't even like a proper what if. Some guy made it in VR, doing all the character voices himself. Funny as fuck. We love shitposts, though. We love honest to God shit posts. I can appreciate that. Every female bee in Boomy. Yes, the beehive. And all the men have buzz cuts. They knew what they were doing. Bug's Life and Bee Movie were completely different eras. It didn't stop them. It did not stop them. I wonder what the time... what the cadence of bug-related movies is, starting with Bug Life. Is it Bug's Life, Ants, Bee Movie, or what? I did not actually watch Ants. I just know it's real. Can we agree an Old Republic show and Clone Wars animation would be fire? That would be really freaking cool, dude. I would love it if they did that. But they won't, because Filoni's a coward. The best Filoni can do is bring an Old Republic character into the present and chop them up and make them a fraction of what they are. Like he did with Thrawn. Best we can do. ...2007. And when did Ants come out? Was that 2000? And were there any other bug movies in between? I'll concede the point if it's not that worth looking into. I was more referring to the Madagascar and then the Disney ripoff trying to do pretty much the same thing. Filoni, give me a short series about HK-47 and you can have my soul. That's one of the characters, like, one of the only characters that you can like bring into the new timeline, because they're a droid. Like, you can just say that they were deactivated, their parts were stored, whatever. You could just say whatever the hell you want with HK-47, to be honest. As long as you, like, forget the part where he's, you know, working for Malgus and SWTOR, which is kind of lame. My goat would never. It's not that he doesn't like Malgus, it's just that Malgus doesn't deserve him, you know? More like Dragoni. Time for another 10 episodes of nothing that's something important in the last 2 episodes. That's a lot of TV shows, honestly. Ants was 1998. I see. Oh well. Let's see, do I? Oh well, I can get 2 here. May as well get the Insanity SMP. Speed I do want. Not gonna get any stat buffs, energy resistance, force suppression. I don't have to work on force suppression right now. I think I would rather... Do you want Destroy Droid? Yeah, I need Destroy Droid for later. That's important. That's very important. I'm gonna keep up with the light side conversion therapy. They could have brought Vitiate, Revan, or Nihilus back? Well, none of them are as important as Bane is to modern Sith. All the other guys are pretty contained. Even Kevin himself. Kevin was mostly just written to be the Vitiate hater, pretty much, which is pretty unfortunate. A lot of his nuance is lost in him just being the, I need to kill Vitiate right now. He just had a hate boner, man. Yeah, I know Revan was supposed to be in a Clone Wars episode, but it makes sense that they cut him, because Revan's not, like, the avatar of the dark side. That's not, like, his thing. This, when we brought this up in stream last time, I was actually wondering if Revan's light-sided soul was going to be somewhere else. If his dark side self was going to be an avatar of the darkness, what about his light side self? Who keeps custody of which side of Revan's soul, I guess? It's kind of funny to think about. Villages in a holocron? What? Oh, it translated. Or Satil in a holocron. That would have made more sense. Like, just people in holocrons giving information. Giving teachings. Obviously, we can't have Nihilus speaking. That would ruin him. We can't have Nihilus speaking coherent sentences. It would be really sad. Like, hey guys, it's me, Darth Nihilus. Planet-killing Sith. And force of nature. I would like to tell you guys how to properly perform a force choke. Step 1. Cup your hand in just manner. Reach out with the force around the target's neck. Squeeze with the force. Revan being the divorced child between dark and light side is so funny to me. Half the characters could be made canon via holocrons. It'll be just like Jedi Consular. This is why we need a Jedi Consular story written for the modern day, in which a Jedi Consular is going through a bunch of holocrons, Old Republic people inside of them. Memories of Old Republic people. It'd be peak, actually. Revan is in the middle at his peak, hated by everyone. True. True, actually. I don't know if Kevin would, like, make a holocron, though. Like, he would have to have made that holocron, like, after he was freed from the Maelstrom prison. Honestly, that makes me wonder, what the hell was Bro doing after he was freed from the Maelstrom prison? Did he even, like, give Satil and Steren a call? Was he like, hey, great grandkids, how you doing? I know that he was, you know, amassing an army and having dark, devious plans to fuck up Vitiate with the galaxy as collateral, but, you know. Apart from that, well, did he do, like, anything cool? Did he get some shawarma, maybe? I feel like he would have gotten some shawarma. Vitiate could have been an avatar of the dark side, but that's like the thing with Vitiate. He is beyond both the light and the dark. He's just an immortal asshole who wants to become even more immortal and powerful. He doesn't align with the Sith. Not after Eternal Throne. He just aligns with himself and supposed godhood. Vader finding Old Republic holocron with instructions how to force heal. Honestly, that would be hilarious. Instructions how to force heal, just rage baiting him. Like, oh fuck, I could have learned this. Would be funny, actually. How many grandkids does Ajunta Paul even have? I don't know who is related to Ajunta Paul. No idea, no clue. If Nihilus could talk. To drain the life of a planet, press 1. Thank you, and welcome to Nihilus Incorporated. If we can help you with Sith deity aspirations. Pump Ajunta, Paul's Achuta. Shape your hand like you're a Lego minifigure. That's pretty good. I like that one. by Joseph Lee. Skip ahead to 2000 ABY when the Sith have come back, or another Dark Order. I don't know if I want them to like do what Dune went through, where they skip ahead so many thousands of years that Star Wars is irrecognizable. I feel as though it would be strange to be 2,000 years in the future. Like, how'd you do the title crawl? Not as long of a time ago, in a galaxy that's still very, very far away. I would just prefer the past. Jolie smoking pot on his front porch. Oh yeah. Bro is chillaxing out here. He got that Wookiee Kush. What if Donnie is a reincarnation of Vitiate? No, this is Zerka Corp. That's Zerka Corp. I love Zerka. My favorite company. Zerka Hotels. Zerka Steaks. My favorite. Julie just standing outside his hut. He ain't got anything else to do. Nah, he don't really. If Jolie and Juhani had a baby, would their child be called Jolani? No, that'd be their ship name. Or Jaholi. I don't like that shit, by the way. It's just... I'm just humoring. Jaholi. Just take away one of the longs. Jana Lorso. Jana Lorso, I wish her well. Great person. Did nothing wrong. Those Tuscans, they're like animals. They may walk on two legs, but they are nothing but animals. I don't like them. Not a big fan. It is true that Legends post movies was a lot of Jedi and a lot of Sith. Rule of one. I'm all for the Sith trying again with different philosophy. The rule of one culminates in not only Darth Krayt, who's a fraud by the way, but Vitiate. Vitiate became so successful with his own rule of one that he said, man, fuck the Sith. Who cares about the Sith? I'm doing shit on my own now. I'm gonna destroy this galaxy and move on to the next one, because I'm just that hungry. Rule of two is not even that effective because we know Vitiate and Vader are still hiring freelance. We know they're still fucking around with Inquisitors. They can't even, like, keep the rule of themselves. It worked. For 1,000 years the Sith did nothing, but they were still, you know, active, gaining power, becoming way stronger than your average Force user, even the strongest Jedi. And it did conquer the galaxy if you think about it. It's just, you know, they just couldn't keep to the rule. Not even during the Clone Wars could they keep to the rule. Hell, if you think about it, Sidious was already, like, planning on Maul to die. Because he had Dooku queued up and everything. He had him doing his evil deeds for him before Maul was even dead. So honestly, if the Sith had just, you know, been more clarified with it being like, oh, the rule of a few. The rule of two and their minions. Maybe. Maybe it just would have, you know, made branding and confusion a little more clear, less of a problem. The rule of two worked, but they did have to bend the rules, so technically it didn't work. And of course, conventional Sith, just with an empire, they don't really, like, work together. They're dysfunctional at all times, always playing for power against each other, being cannibalistic.
Look, I don't. Good.
Does not work for them.
You want any?
And even then, when they're working as an empire, trying to be a conventional empire, and not, you know, eating each other, they need a rule of one guy essentially in charge to get anything done, because they can't assail the emperor. Think of how many times the emperor has been deposed, killed, beheaded, etc. when Vitiate's not in charge. If your emperor is not completely unassailable, the Sith basically have no emperor. They just have democracy by murder, essentially. I think I'm stronger than you. Oh yeah? Let's see it, buddy. The Sith, man, they're just stupid. They're just stupid and evil, man. What can I tell you?
You want any?
The Sith just ain't ever gonna win.
What?
Rule of 2, but those specific dudes don't count, exactly. Like, yeah, Sidious and Darth Vader weren't teaching the Inquisitors everything. But, like, still, they were there. They had the jerseys on, you know what I'm saying? Sidious would have wanted to scrap the Rule of 2 after winning. It served its purpose in the Sith won. He started getting into Vitiate's mindset. The Sith. The Sith folly of just saying, man, I could be Vitiate. Suggestion of 2. Somehow, Palpatine. Darth Maul, man, if all Sith were like him, he might get shit done. He's like the Mace Windu of the Sith. Yeah, he was a Sith who worked under a conventional empire. He was the model of an Empire Sith. A patriot, and also a bastard, but mostly a patriot. Sith with loyalty to state and citizen rather than themselves or their order. Again, they are still Sith, so they are still kind of evil, but, you know, as far as Sith go, that's pretty good. Not being afraid of death is also pretty ballsy for a Sith. Gotta love Mar for that. Oh, right, I need to go back to the surface. Gotta do that quest real quick. Rule of 2, but the rest isn't given rank of Sith. Anakin's greatest revenge. You have a red lightsaber, and the Force, and tutelage by me, but you do not get the rank of Sith. That's what he wanted all the time. That's what he wanted, to make people feel the pain that he felt of not becoming a master. Hello, Husky Pro, welcome to the chat. Zerka and the Exchange are not affiliated. That is slander. That is a false assumption. That is disgusting. Zerka's AI. We had to ban it, but we checked it out. Everything's good now. Trust me. I know the most about AI. Last Tuesday in a galaxy far, far away. Anakin impression? Yes. I do it a lot. I find it funny. What I want to see is a Sith that becomes a businessman and conquers the galaxy through capitalism. I mean, isn't that technically Count Dooku? Diplomat, noble, works with a bunch of capitalists. Works with a bunch of capitalists who are pretending to be communists. Which is very ironic now that you think about it. Like, you've got this coalition of people who think that the Republic has done them wrong, and they're saying, we can stand on our own, we're the workers. But actually they're like ruled by a bunch of oligarchs. The irony. In world history, we call that Stalinism. Darth Plagueis was a banker. The Sith are bankers and politicians, man. I wonder if Darth Plagueis' master was like a landlord. That shit would be perfect. Why don't they do an animated series with OG characters since they love the New Republic era? Star Wars 2? Electric Boogaloo? I didn't know that came out. I never thought they could make a Star Wars 2. Sith and Jedi dynamic always look familiar to Assassins versus Templars. Absolute freedom for people to make their own future versus maintaining order by force to guide people. The Jedi don't really care what the people do. They're a bunch of monks who sequester themselves and occasionally help out. Over time, they became more involved with politics, which was the undoing, one of the many undoings of their order. But they don't really, like, they protect freedom, democracy, the Republic. But they don't really, like, have a hand in government. At their least hypocritical, they don't have a hand in government. When they're doing things that are written down in their books and in their doctrine. Compared to the assassins who are defending freedom on a bi-weekly basis. Remember that Jesus forgave the sins of thieves and prostitutes, but he hates bankers. He hates merchants in general. He had a whole thing with a stall or two in a certain temple.
Hello again. Safe.
It was quite the scene. Do I have the electrical capacitance shield? Yeah, I do. We're good. Nice. Visas' loading ramp. That's what you would have wanted to see in KOTOR 3. KOTOR 3, I don't really know how KOTOR 3 would have worked. Because I know there's one concept in which it's Revan, Mitra, whoever else in the Sith Empire going to find Vitiate. But I think there was another idea that I forgot that was a concept. Trask in KOTOR 3 would be peak. I would love that. What were the Jedi thinking involving themselves in government? Invitation to destruction. Yeah, dude. All the Sith are in government. They're feds. They can't follow the dark side. That should be in the code. To be a fed is to be evil. I'm gonna be put on a watch list, dog. Does anyone else think episode 8 is better than 7? No, they all stink. I don't like any of them. J.J. Abrams is a hack, and Rian Johnson tried too hard to be different. Jesus flipping the table in anger is so mistranslated. Wasn't anger, he was stern. You gotta wonder how much of the Bible is mistranslated, huh? How many languages it's been put through, how many times it's been changed. And even directly changed by members of clergy gathering together in council to add things, remove things. There was quite a few summits in which they did that. It's an interesting thought. That I am nowhere near as read up enough to go into. I do not have the Bible knowledge, the religious knowledge to say what is which. Alright, I'm gonna go in front of the shield wall here and use the restroom real quick. Be right back. It's so nice to see mines. God, awareness is such an underrated skill. Alright, I'm gonna be right back. Okay, we're back. Obi-Wan on Mustafar. Only a Fed deals in absolutes. You're under arrest! Kind of what he was saying there. Not even gonna lie. In the language of Jesus at the time, Hebrew, there's no word for carpenter. The only word that meant every type of hand worker at the time was stone cutter. Carpenter is a modern thing. That's interesting. You know, it kind of makes sense, you know. Being in the desert, there wouldn't be many trees or wood. Depending on the rivers around you, of course. I don't actually know the river systems of the Middle East, believe it or not. All I know is the Mississippi. I like episode 7. It's just a remake of episode 4. I don't hate it. I don't love it. I don't like it. I don't like it because it's too much like episode 4. I'm validated because of episode 9 trying to be too much like episode 6. It's just proof that Mr. JJ has never had an original thought. He's a compromised soul. Aramaic, not Hebrew? Aramaic? Huh. Did not know that. I would have assumed Hebrew. He also spoke Hebrew. Oh, so he was multilingual? Wonder if he spoke Italian with the Romans in town. Them being the rulers of the world at the time and everything. I have not seen The Passion of the Christ, so that explains that. Your Honor, the poison is worsening my saves. There we go. Totally gonna make Wrath of Khan even though I said I wouldn't, Abrams. Yeah, that's the thing with Star Trek 2. He's just copying. Passion of the Christ being the most well known for its accurate depictions of Christianity. Mostly Jim Caviezel being tortured. I'll take your word for it. Stop bullying bugs. No, they're mean. Carpentry was a thing, but was uncommon because of the lack of local wood. Gospels originally in Greek, Old Testament was in Hebrew. Indeed. Another level up very quickly. Love to see that. I am needing these. Ooh, force focus. That's good to have at this level. I do need more health, but I'm gonna get dual wielding anyway. We're gonna live a little dangerously. Just a tiny bit. Maybe try talking with them. Shit, I never thought of that. Hey, Kinrath. Would you like to have a civilized discussion about the geo... It didn't work, I'm sorry to tell you. The word translates to craftsman. And yet we say carpenter. Deadly toxins. There wasn't any carpentry because there was no Home Depot. True. That's how that works. Hollywood hated Mel Gibson by producing it. Guy put a lot of money, sweat, tears into work making this movie. There are far fewer words, so there wasn't a separate word for carpenter. Instead, stonecutters catch-all term for hand worker. Just like the CIA. What about the CIA? Not wanting to talk. I mean, I don't know if the CIA is all about politics and negotiation. I'm pretty sure they're just all about installing, you know, unsteady rulers with American interests after toppling a country's previous leadership. My brother Kinras, have you heard the gospel of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? Those heathen bugs will not listen to Space Jeebus. This is outrageous, it's unfair. Popping the locals. Oh yeah, I am kind of doing that right now, aren't I? Makes sense. I'm not popping the tax though, the tax are my guys. I like the tax. I'm a fan, you could say. Home Depot has the best quality curved lumber. Correct. We love Home Depot wood. Thank you, Chenille. Chenille. I started saying O'Neal too soon. That's what resulted in Chenille being said instead of Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal and David Beckham. With the Home Depot ads. You never see Lowe's doing ads with celebrities. It's because they don't care. They don't care like Home Depot does, dude. They don't have the same gusto. It's not the same. Ah, horror. Alright, we're gonna have to go up here. I'm okay with doing a shield battle. I can beat this. Oh shit. Good thing they only threw poison at me. Kind of a wild thing to say out of context. Nice. CI be like, let's arm and train these guerrillas in Afghanistan to fuck up Soviets. What's the worst that could happen? You guys will be democratic and well educated with your ruling of your country, won't you? Well, you did train us with religious promises of jihad rather than educating us and giving us the intricacies of leadership in modern nation building, so we're just gonna we're gonna use our guns to conquer the nation. Is that okay? Is that chill with y'all? I would hope so. That's what they're gonna do, by the way. Foreskinning. Damn, they both have disruptors on. Bro, they want me dead. That evil. There we go. That's one, baby. One more, I should say. I'm glad that missed. I would be kind of cooked if it didn't. More than kinda. Mandalorians, man. One more, come on. There we go. Very nice, very nice. The tacks were with me. We're Space Jesus this run. I wonder why chat was talking religion. Yes, we are Space Jesus in KOTOR 1. It's pretty cool. Home Depot boss theme. You're so sad. Why are you sad, Minerva? What happened? The CIA is very religious. You know, I mean, they were very well versed in jihad. They did a really good job convincing those fellas in Afghanistan to fight for Allah. So, I mean, you know, go tell your local senator stop giving money to AIPAC and see what he says. No, AIPAC's giving money to them. That's the thing. You have to tell your senator to stop getting money from AIPAC. That's the problem. If you're Space Jesus, are the Sith Assassins the Mossad? I don't know about that. I was thinking more like the Romans or the Pharisees. If we're getting biblical about it. We're gonna fight Darth Judas later. Judas Iscariot. Let's not get Monkey on a watch list. I had to cancel your KOTOR 2 Master Edition order. Yeah, I saw that message in the server. Sorry to hear that it was out of stock. It's alright, you can always wait for the, you know, the remake. When the remake comes, it'll give you a fancy new collector doodad. I wonder what they're gonna do for the collector's edition of KOTOR 1 and 2 remake. I hope it's Revan Mask. Like a wearable Revan Mask. That would be so fire. I would actually buy that. I never buy pre-order collector's editions, but in that case I would. Alright, which one of you is immune? Not you. You. Okay. Got it. God damn it, dude. I didn't even see where I was going there. I thought Monkey was a CIA asset. His voice always puts you to sleep. No, I'm not a CIA asset. I'm not a Fed. I'm not. Knowing who's a Fed in your friend group is a useful skill. There's always one. Got the KOTOR 1 Master Edition though. Cool. Very nice. Has a Pazak deck. Pure Pazak. You'll love to see it. Can't wait to host that Pazak tournament. Are you? Ah, yes. You're one of the unlucky ones. Are you part of the system, and are you brainwashing us using KOTOR? What's our activation word? Achuta. Achuta is the sleeper cell activation code. When I say Achuta, you will all subscribe. Like and subscribe the video. That's just how it is. Got him. Nice. I hope we get Nihilist Mask or Statue. Nihilist Mask would be fire too. If we could get Revan Mask for KOTOR 1 and Nihilist Statue, or Nihilist Mask for KOTOR 2, that would be the big value. For sure, for sure. Would be massive. Scalpers. Oh yeah, Scalpers would get everything. That will be ass. Capitalism at its finest. They gotta like limit the supply or something, like limit the purchases per account to like 1 on Amazon or whatever. Or in stores. Cause if my mask is taken away from me and I have to buy it at triple markup, cause Chud Johnson from Missouri said he wanted to resell, I'm gonna be so mad. Need to buy this 3D printer and print Revan and Nihilist masks. I wonder if they'd be wearable with that resin material. I heard you are very wise, sir. Indeed, I am the wisest tree in the forest. I am Space Jesus, Space Jeebus, the one and only. As you can see by my stat spread, I have nothing but wisdom. They need to make a system that limits it by address. That'd be pretty good. You activated me by making good content about my favorite game. Hell yeah, the plan's working, fellas. We believe in you. Thank you very much, Bastion. Bastion from Overwatch. The Nihilist Mask, would be talking to me like Green Goblin. In Willem Dafoe. Yeah, Raimi Spider-Man. I love Raimi Spider-Man. Let's throw Insanity out. Oh, okay, wow. Darth Resin. Uh-oh, he didn't like that one. Bye, Jolie. There we go. Our wisdom's already pretty darn good if we're able to stun Torrent attacks. But now it's gonna be even better, dude. It doesn't get much better than this. All we'll need is Revan. We'll need Revan Robe, and then we'll have Max Wiz. That won't be till the end of the game, though. But, yeah, 28 Wiz right now. I'm pretty sure it'll be 30 once the poisons are gone. $31. My bad. There we go. Isn't that nice? Raimi Spider-Man movie night? I would actually be down for that. That'd be kind of fire. I like Raimi Spider-Man. I like Raimi's film process. I like the way he works. Everyone in the movie is a character and feels like a real person. Most of the time. When the writing is good. When their script is good. Sometimes the script isn't as good. It's a little cheesy. Toby's fire, you love Andrew. Yeah, poor Garfield, man. Poor Garfield the cat. Getting the short end of the stick. He didn't get a Willem Dafoe. Bro saved? Cool. Cool. Did I didn't autosave, did I? I didn't save after I killed the thing. No, I did. Okay, we're good. I'd watch those with you? Hell yeah. That's because Raimi is a legal artist, not a Hollywood hack. Lol. Andrew's like the Hayden of Marvel. That's very true. That's a very accurate description. Wookiees are out of control. Yeah, bro. Bro had these grenades ready for a rainy day. I'm surprised he saved the whiz throw. I've got an effective +6 right now. +8, actually. That couldn't save himself that time. Yeah, he ain't getting out of this. Thing is about Spider-Man 3 wasn't really Raimi's idea entirely. He didn't want to. He wanted Venom. Yeah, he was making too many movies at once. Sony said, "You know what? Just get them all out of the way now, because we're not giving you another one." God damn it, Sony. Mission Veo and Juhani. Mission Veo is under. In what context? No. Yeah, no. Mission's a child. She's 14. Chillax. Raimi Spider-Man films were the best. I think Spider-Man 2 is like literally almost perfect. Almost. It just has some cheesy writing here and there and some things that don't make as much sense. Spider-Man 4 was going to happen as well. Vulture was going to be the villain. Man, wouldn't that have been nice? Well, I think Vulture was pretty good in Thomas Holland's movie. Maul is cooler when he wasn't a character. I don't want to hear him talk. Just a raging jobber. Raging jobber is honestly like the best slander I've heard from Maul ever. Raging jobber. I like that. I'm using that. We're putting that on the agenda. Raging jobber, dude. Yeah, I think Liam Neeson said recently that Star Wars has lost a lot of its magic because we've gotten too much of it in recent years. I agree with that. I like how Mysterio was in the Raimi films too. There was a Spider-Man 4 storyboard of him. Ah, if only. They could have gone so far with Toby. Tobias Maguire. Tobias Maguire, son. You guys see the new slander coming out for Thomas Holland's Spider-Man? That he's going to be Iron Man Jr. in this film because he's got, like, Stark technology on his arm or something. Oh, what? Where's bro going? Huh? Yeah, I'm over here, dude. Bro went so far away, Jolie came back to help. Alright, Jolie's bugging. Jolie doesn't know what he wants to do right now. I'll take the Jolie barrier, why not? Wow, bro. Bro was at that sword in the blink of an eye. He had the quick draw. I like how he's just ignoring Jolie punching him in the face, like absolutely clobbering him. Oh, never mind, there he goes. Yo, can I hit? Can I hit some damage, bro? Wow! I didn't even get to finish my... Whatever, man. This game is cheek sometimes. When I'm exploiting it, it doesn't work properly. When the game's on too long, it says, no, animations aren't going to connect with actual turns anymore. That's crazy talk. We're just gonna do this. Yeah, I know, he got a double turn there, dude. That's the reset of the game. Do not like the engine acting up like that. I look forward to Star Wars Theory's fan film. Oh, he's going through it. Hasn't he already made a Darth Vader fan film? Didn't he brag about how he got George's approval? Are you doing the non-item dupe glitch? No. What build is this, Carl? This challenge is nothing but the wisdom stat. Everything else is at 0. That's the build. So that is why things are not looking the same. Also, I'm doing it solo. Jolie's just here because it's Kashyyyk. There we go. This is the behavior we want to see. When we go right in his face, the model will back up. The enemy's model will back up and his hits won't count. Because he's too busy repositioning himself. It is absolutely cheese, but when you have 0 HP, you do what you gotta do. There we go. And, it's very common that when KOTOR's been on too long, behaviors that you expect to occur will no longer occur because the game can't handle being run on good systems for too long. I can't use any other stats. The details of the run are in the description below. I did a 0 stat run, everything at 0, and I could use gear to bump my stats for that run. For this run, though, I can only bump that one stat up and everything else has to stay at 0 the whole time. And I also can't upgrade any skills that aren't wisdom-based. It's been the same for all the other stat runs I've done up to this point. I've done everything except Dexterity. They're in my VODs if you have any interest in seeing them. That was part 1. Isn't part yet still to be incomplete? I don't know about that. I haven't watched Darth or what's his face? Star Wars Theory. I haven't watched it in a long time, so I have no idea what's going on with him right now. All I've heard is that, like, he said something really stupid about Andor. Andrew had a shit ton of potential, just like they did in Spider-Man 3. Goblin, Electro, Rhino hints at the Sinister Six. I don't think the script was ever on Andrew's side, unfortunately. I like his Spider-Man. He's, like, more like old Spider-Man, Stan Lee's Spider-Man. An asshole kid who had to, like, grow as a person. but started off as an asshole. An unlikable kid. Meanwhile, Tobey's Spider-Man is basically modern Spider-Man. Tobey's Spider-Man has, like, overwritten modern Spider-Man. He is modern Spider-Man. He's overwritten Stan Lee's Spider-Man. Maguire's Spider-Man was sympathetic from the start. You could see where he was coming from, and even when he made a mistake, he was really remorseful. And he basically turned his life around immediately. From what I recall, Stan Lee Spider-Man, Stan Lee Peter Parker, was an asshole for quite a bit longer. And that made his eventual reconsideration of life, the moral of Uncle Ben's words, through great power comes great responsibility, more impactful. I evacuate my beat. Alright, time to kill this clanker. These clankers. Both of them. Both of them. I've actually got really good wisdom, so they are no problem this time. Doing honor mode in unpatched KOTOR? Now that would be a real challenge. And playing on controller... yeah, that would be really hard. Without a doubt. I don't know how I'd do with that. Probably not very good. Oof. Had just enough force points there. Spider-Man sucks. Fair, honestly. Fair opinion to have. I've done Dex only for all characters, everyone using guns. What, did you have other stats? Did you have HP? Did you have force points? Did you have treat injury? Kill droid, yes. I think Switch KOTOR is the most stable out of all the versions. You don't recall KOTOR being too super buggy on Xbox? It wouldn't be like buggy is the problem. It would be I wouldn't be able to do all the stuff that I'm doing now. You know, moving my character around for animation canceling and using tech to cheese out fights. On a controller, I would basically have to take fights head on. No cheese, no moving around. Or if I did move around, it'd just be much more difficult. I have much more control with the keyboard and the mouse. It would be an interesting experience for sure to see how I do on Xbox KOTOR. Alright, I think I have everything I need here. Just about. I always thought KOTOR was PC only when I was a kid. I found it was an Xbox exclusive 10 years after your first playthrough. Yeah, man. I wouldn't have known either. I played it on the phone after all. Star Wars used to make great content. I kind of stopped watching him. Half of his videos were constant whining. Yeah. He did, like, have some interesting theories, and there was some effort put into some of those videos when I was a kid. And when I was watching him back in the day. Honestly, I'd have to rewatch those old videos to know if they were ever good. But he did definitely go into whining. That was what every Star Wars fan was doing back then. He was following the trend, but like that's just kind of what his channel became about, really. There were lots and lots of people unhappy at the time. Kind of don't know what I should buy, Bully or Manhunt or Deus Ex. Dude, you gotta buy Deus Ex. Deus Ex is the most memeable game ever. I gotta play Deus Ex myself just to experience the meminess firsthand. It'd be great. I'm gonna be going light side because all the whiz boosting gear is light side restricted. I was gonna do dark side because that would have made a better stat bonus. I would have gotten 50 extra force points. But I need the whiz, so I'm gonna be doing light side. No healing for you. Let me get my shield on. How did bro shoot the floor? I guess he is pretty tall. I guess that could be a thing that happens with the Wookiee. Played Human Revolution and Mankind Divided, but it was 5-6 years ago. I tried to play OG as a kid, but oh boy was it rough. Didn't even finish the first mission. Yeah, old games are tough. I know that dark and light side can get each other's endings, but if you want maximum benefits, you have to get all dark or all light. Specifically the benefits of dark or light side mastery. You get +3 strength, con, or charisma if you're light side with each of the Jedi classes, or 1d8 damage, poison immunity, or +50 force points with the dark side endings. With dark side masteries. Time to stun the room. Nice. That's mostly everybody. Chuddar has got to get off my case, though. Yes, it is 1d8 damage. This is... KOTOR is based on D&D 3.5. So... 1d8 is not inaccurate. It would be listed in-game as 1 to 8. Are we for real, dude?
Yes.
Why is he targeting me at all? Whatever. I mean, we get Zalbar and Freyr to clean everything up. Jolie's basically pacifist here anyway. It is crazy that despite fighting 2 whole-ass Wookiees, Chuddar decides, you know what? Let's fight anyone else. You will buy Deus Ex. It's time to fight that childhood boss. Nice. Get revenge for your childhood self. Hooray, level up. We'll take it. I could get Max Droid, but... I need Force Whirlwind, actually. Let's get started on Whirlwind. It's gonna be important. Why is he targeting the Space Wizard with crazy mind powers? You would think that turning your back on two gigantic Wookiees would be a little more pressing than the Mind Wizard who can't even stun you. Because you got immunity or resistance or whatever. But whatever, man. Time to go. Good night, everyone. Alright, Bardicus. See you around. Do you have Xbox? I do have Xbox One, but I don't know if it works, actually. I'd really have to check. I'm going with the light side option for the Wookiee Law. Need the light side points. Wow, taught me anything is that the importance of killing the one in the dress. Always have to aim for the one with the drip. They're the scariest. How's it going? Going good, ZMR. Welcome. I was going for dark side, but now light side is what I need to be able to consistently use the wisdom boosting gear. The Queldroma robes, the Keldroma robes, and the Circle of Suresh are both light side restricted. I could keep my light side at just 60, like just above neutral, and I'd still be able to wear them. However, if I'm gonna be light side anyway, I may as well just like make the decision. I don't think there's any dark side choices that affect me that much right now. Like, I don't think any dark side choices off the top of my head are gonna save me any time. Otherwise, I would be totally clear to make them, as long as I still have 60 alignment. Because my dark or light side mastery doesn't matter this run. In fact, I shouldn't get light side mastery this run at all, because it would give me extra stats, which I don't want, which is not allowed. So I'll always be hovering just below light side mastery, or just above medium, so that I can use the wisdom boosting gear. Only together can we turn him to the dark side of the Force. No, I need the wisdom boosting gear. We need a dark side good, dark side good, and light side bad. I guess I could make that. That wouldn't be too hard. Warframe is in Fortnite as of 40 minutes ago. Now they're joining Destiny in Fortnite. Crazy. Crazy that Fortnite's still going. Do a collab with Star Wars Theory about KOTOR and like the upcoming remake in KOTOR. I don't know if Brody has me on his radar. Plus, I think he's fallen out of favor with a lot of people after the whole Andor debacle. I would love to talk KOTOR news. KOTOR remake news. With somebody. Star Wars Theory said something stupid about Andor regarding the scene where one of the Imperial officers was going to sexually assault a citizen of the Empire because no one would stop him. It didn't happen because it's still Disney and they wouldn't do that. But the intent was there and it was very much shown. Star Wars Theory was going on a tangent about Andor, saying he doesn't like Andor. And one of the things he said or was alleged to have said, was Darth Vader would never allow that, referring to the sexual assault scene. And people were clowning on him, like, oh yeah, the evil Sith Lord cares about that. Or Palpatine cares about that. And it's sparked a debate over if Star Wars fans can grow up, if they can appreciate Andor, the people who don't like Andor. It's been a whole thing. But that's why he's been looked at with suspicion, because he didn't like that scene. And his reasoning was very weird. He has said a lot of dumb stuff. I'll take your word for it. Have you ever heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? It's not a story the Jedi would tell you. Bad Batch movie night. I know y'all might call me crazy, but I like Bad Batch a bit more than Clone Wars to some extent. I'm interested to see more Bad Batch. I'd never got too far into it. It was just one of those shows that I watched all of season 1, and then it took too long to get to season 2 for me to get back into it. Because I have the attention span of a worm. I don't think I need any other gear this run, apart from just new shields. Yeah, I'll get money later. I don't need money right now. Do you think KOTOR remake will come out? Well, it's probably going to come out after GTA 6, now that GTA 6 is so close, unfortunately. Is what it is. Is what it is. What do I have, quest-wise? Sand people. So yeah, I can do Tatooine. I've never seen any indication of sexual crimes in Star Wars. It happened in Andor. Or it was implied to have been possible. It could have happened, but it didn't, because she got out of it. That character got out of the situation with the officer. Hooray, free money. 25th anniversary would be a sound time to release. As long as it releases, period. I'm happy. Cancellation would be unacceptable. Would be cringe. Got him. Jabba was totally abusing Ula. Very true. And Leia. Putting chains and all that. KOTOR make, fuck that, they'd ruin it. I don't think they'd ruin it. Cause I just don't want them to. I would hope not. I would hope KOTOR remake is peak. That's what it deserves. What do you think the dancing Twi'leks are for? KOTOR will be in 2028. Ugh, I don't want that, man. 2028. I'd hate to be people making shows when there's so much competition around. Yeah. Star Wars shows are competing with other Star Wars shows. It's kind of crazy. Not even going into whatever else is on TV at the time. Deleting Project Ascension to announce KOTOR remake and canceling it would be peak Sith shenanigans. What was Project Ascension? Greetings. Statement. Project Aperion? What's that, though? Ascension was WoW server project. Oh, it was a fan project.
No one leave.
I remember the fan project. I don't remember it being called that.
See?
I thought it was Hyperion.
No one leave.
No one leave.
Oh,
Ascension. Can't let you beat KOTOR at 14p, 10 FPS. Probably, it would just take a long time. I'd be squinting for nights on end. Like, what's going on? That shit would fry my eyes. Not even gonna lie. Nobody hates Star Wars more than Star Wars fan. 2028 is just a year and a half from now. I don't want to wait that long even. Half a year I'd be fine with. Half a year I'd understand. Christmas time and all that. But man, we've been waiting too long for KOTOR remake. I need my KOTOR remake now. KOTOR's aged really well. I'd say so. I think most of its systems are pretty understandable. You just have to be versed in D&D, because if you're not versed in D&D, then, well, it's kind of rough. Why am I using blasters anyway? Because I have negative strength, and I get negative damage because of that with blades. Excuse me. I still think blade damage would probably be better, but meh. I've beaten the game with blasters a few times, so may as well. They're also very easy to buy. Lightsaber crystals are typically more tedious.
hey there. Oh,
People want remakes nowadays because they can't play classics. Companies make slop and fuck the whole culture up. I don't agree with most of that. I think that old games can absolutely deserve a remake for one reason or another. KOTOR 2, for example, was never actually finished. And even with the KOTOR 2 restoration mod, most of that work is patchwork.
that was.
And they had to fill in gaps themselves. I think the KOTOR 2 remake is going to be huge. I'm expecting it to change a lot about the story, because they need a lot of context and a lot of extra stuff to make that game make more sense, especially near the end. KOTOR 1 just needs a remake because the graphics are from 2003. They could change nothing about it. Just make the price like 30-40 bucks with good graphics, good stability. It would be worth it, because this game deserves to be put back in the hands of people as is. It is just up to what they change. And I'm okay if they change things, because I can always just come back to the classic. If they try things, fine. We'll see what happens. That is another thing, though. A lot of voice actors in KOTOR are going to have to be replaced. KOTOR 1 and 2, because some are gone, some are dead. Some are older and would sound different. That's something I wonder about, how they're going to get around. Republic Commando needs a remake. Republic Commando needs a sequel. Republic Commando needs a remake because of how clone lore has changed. They've got lots of opportunities. They've got lots of extra potential with the story because of Clone Wars clones. They could easily remake it or make something new out of it. There's lots of creativity to be done there. Yeah, Imperial Commando, if only. And, like, that game would be really interesting. You'd get some of the Bad Batch plot lines. Clones in the Empire for the short tenure they were there. Before being phased out. They're gonna make a newer variant of D&D that alone will botch a remake. I'm okay with them doing 5e. I don't know how they're gonna like adapt all of 5e because, you know, 5e isn't a direct translation. I guess 3e wasn't either. I don't really know what they'd look. I mean, I guess they would like do. Maybe the feat system would change. Like no feats every couple of levels depending on your class. Maybe they'd only do levels every 4. And stats would be feats. Like if it was Baldur's Gate 3's system, I wouldn't mind. I've played Baldur's Gate 3 and I like it. I am D&D fluent. D&D competent. So, I could live with it. A lot of people say the Final Fantasy remakes are good. I've never played Final Fantasy, so I don't really care. Now that I think about it, Pokemon did remakes before remakes were popular, like Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Leaf Green, Fire Red, etc. Same games, just different Pokemon, different moves. Omega Sapphire and Ruby. People bought them. They were successful. I played them too. Heart Gold and Soul Silver were my first Pokemon games. Would KOTOR remake even have D&D? That I don't know. I think people have said that it'll be different, but nothing solid until we get a new trailer showing off gameplay. I just realized you're using a face from KOTOR too. Yes, indeed. Via Ahmad. Do I like any other games, TLP? Yeah, I'm playing a few games right now. Getting back into Destiny 2's final update. I was playing Palworld. I haven't gotten back into it though. It did get its 1.0 update. And Marvel Rivals just got its big update too. Marvel Rivals is really cool right now. I'm a Doctor Strange player, and Doctor Strange has gotten so much stronger with this recent update. So I'm very happy. Resident Evil. Yeah, I think the Resident Evil remakes have been talked about a lot. Some people criticize the remakes for, like, eliminating some of the original camp of the originals. Like, Leon's lines were, you know, just ridiculously goofy. But honestly, from what I've seen, I'm LARPing with Resident Evil, I've never played it. But from what I've seen of the remakes, it just seems like they made the writing more, like, coherent and less floaty. Like it's translated better. Feels like some of the original lines were just badly translated. Diablo 2 Resurrected is bad. Final Fantasy VII Remake is hated by most fans. I thought people were liking the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Resident Evil 2 is your favorite. Most remakes don't include things that were meant to be in the OG, but cut for tech reasons. Like, don't get me wrong, I've seen lots and lots of bad remakes. I've heard lots of bad remakes. But there are some good ones. It's just flip of the coin, who's working on it, what happens, etc., etc. I think the KOTOR remake has very high potential. Because honestly, the expectations are zero for the general audiences of Star Wars. They've never played SWTOR, they've never played KOTOR. Getting anything that's accessible to modern people, modern gamers, will be a win. It's up to super niche, nerdy fans like us who play the original KOTORs if we think they've done a faithful job adapting the game. I'm wondering how they're gonna draw attention to KOTOR, like, genuinely, because it's just been years and years since it's become relevant. Since the Old Republic has been relevant. Maybe the best marketing that could happen is SWTOR's new 8.0 update being good. The new expansion they're making. I guess we'll see. Marketing will certainly be interesting. I've been hearing mixed stuff about the Halo remake. It was good at the start, then people were saying there was like reused assets or whatever. And then they were talking about AI. It's been up and down. KOTOR won't be relevant unless someone familiar does something with it. Yeah. I'm kind of scared the KOTOR remake will come out and nobody will care. Except, like, me. And a couple other creators. Like, a couple smaller creators. Like, no one big is gonna review it. But I know that's not true. I know that lots of people remember KOTOR. Very big YouTubers like Mr. Matty and Actman. Even if it's not, like, their main thing to do Star Wars. They talk about KOTOR. They've talked about KOTOR. They reference KOTOR. You'll at least get them. I'm just scared that, like, general audiences, people under 30, will be like, what the hell is this? I've never played it. I don't care. So, yeah, on that end, it's like, yeah, maybe they do have to innovate a little bit with the D&D systems to make things more palatable, so that people give it a try. But again, like, nothing I say matters until the game comes out or until we get more information. It's all speculation. I think KOTOR Remake is going to rely a lot on word of mouth. Like, people who are fans of KOTOR saying, dude, you gotta try this out. This is a really good Star Wars game. I think if the word of mouth can get going, KOTOR is gonna do big numbers. Yeah. Word of mouth will be on KOTOR's side. That's why I think shadow dropping is the best thing they could do. Like, any random day, no marketing. They just shadow drop it, and it's really good, and then everyone who's played KOTOR doesn't shut up about it. That's like the best marketing they could do. Because trying to explain the Old Republic is just, like, nearly impossible. There's so much to go over, and no single marketing ploy could, like, get everything perfect. They'd have to tell an entire-ass story. Star Wars as a whole needs a win badly. Well, Andor Season 2 was a good time. Maul is pretty well received, I believe. But bigger wins would be nice too. Man, these consular builds. These consular builds with decent whiz / chariz. Way to turn the game off. Play with your eyes closed. Man, that guy's got an arm on him. Zero Company? Yeah, dude, I'm hyped for Zero Company. I'm definitely gonna try and stream it when it comes out. Just gotta hope the system isn't too difficult. I'm assuming it won't be. But actually, why not look up the PC? Why don't I look up the PC specs right now? Why don't I take a gander? As soon as I put on some clothing. Yes. Zero Company, Steam. 1080. That's pretty high. I mean, I'll be able to run it for sure. Recording it, we'll see. 1080 is pretty high. Game-wise, it's been dry. I mean, Jedi Survivor did good too. Not initially, but eventually once the bugs were rolled out. BG3 release was a great example of being hit and nobody caring it's D&D or Baldur's Gate. I think the D&D systems were very helpful to it. I personally couldn't really get into the D&D systems right away because I wasn't as D&D fluent at the time. I had to not play the game for a few months and come back later with a fresher head. But I think a lot of people were talking about the dice rolling and how interesting that was. Because that's a simple thing, you know. If you don't know D&D, that's fine, but dice rolls, it's gambling. Gambling always wins. Fallen Order and Survivor not groundbreaking, but you like Cal. I wonder if there's any kids growing up with the Jedi Knight games that hold Cal in the same esteem that our generation, held ye old Starkiller. This is their Starkiller. They're not familiar with the goat. They don't know the goat's better, but it's theirs. Minerva liked Outlaws. Yeah, I saw you talking about that. Make a game so good it sells itself. That would be my hope with KOTOR remake. Switch to GOG, actually own games, not licenses. I can upload them on discs. Love GOG for their approach. It is very pro-consumer. I still stand Revan to this day in KOTOR. I stand KOTOR. Revan's a mixed bag. Unfortunately, due to SWOTOR. You could even say Revan was a mixed bag because of KOTOR too. If you were so daring. But he's what it is. Sony just announced that their new console will have no disc drive. Yeah, not a fan of that. I will definitely try and get into Zero Company if I can stream it. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to stream it. Recording shouldn't be a problem if I can stream it. I'll definitely see if people like it. Give it a try. It could be exciting to go into a brand new Star Wars game and make regular content for it. Just go into a game, get some B-roll, talk about one aspect of the current meta or something, and just whinge on it for 20 minutes and get 100k views. until the game's popularity dies out. Then I can go back to good old KOTOR. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Try Galactic Racer? I don't know. I'm not a big fan of racing games. I know it's Star Wars, but I'm not a big fan of racing games. That'd be like a one video kind of thing, or a one stream series kind of thing if I ever play it. KOTOR 3 by OG Obsidian could have been one of the best games. Well, I mean, we've got FOTOR, and a lot of the original cast from KOTOR 1 is coming back creatively. Can I optimize my ThinkPad with integrated graphics to handle these new AAA releases? Your school laptop? I don't know, man. Those could barely handle Flappy Bird.
Translate.
Time to free the Jawas. OG Obsidian was special. Yeah, and current Obsidian is getting a Fallout game all to their own. They've been told to stop whatever projects they're doing and work on a new Fallout. I'm wondering how that's gonna do. I think New Obsidian will make a very... Well, I mean, they have Josh Sawyer in charge of that project, so... I think Josh Sawyer being there, one of New Vegas's devs, that's a good direction. I wonder what it's going to be about, honestly. Especially if it's going to be post-TV show timeline. Because the TV show is not nice. The TV show is not nice at all to Obsidian's work and interplay. They're not nice to the history of Fallout. NCR in ruins. Caesar's Legion broken. Caesar's dead. I mean, fuck Caesar's Legion. I don't care if anything bad happens to them. The Strip is fucked up. Mr. House is gone. There's no specific ending that was chosen for New Vegas. California's a mess. The Brotherhood of Steel have changed since Fallout 1 and 2. They're now very, very religious. I wouldn't be surprised if they made TV show Fallout 5. But, I prefer they didn't, you know. I think TV show just fucks up a lot to make its plot happen. Some things are interesting, but a lot of things are just mangling and being non-committal with Fallout story. At that point, just keep it a mystery. Somehow Caesar returned. Yeah, how is the Home Alone kid Caesar, dude? Isn't he Leggett Lanius too? He was wearing Leggett Lanius's costume? No way Leggett Lanius looks that lame. Like, sorry to Home Alone boy. McGalkin, I believe is his name. Like, congratulations to him for getting work after so long. But like, damn.
Good.
I would have really preferred Lanius to look cool. And not like a guy. McCulkin. You left Griff behind? Yeah. Bethesda Tadico really don't like Obsidian. Did Fallout better than they did. 16 times the salt. Ghoul's not going feral thanks to drugs is lore breaking. Yeah, what the fuck is up with that? Like, are those drugs just radiation? And even then, radiation is what makes ghouls more feral. In Fallout 4, they say if you hang around radiation too much, your mind goes quicker. So, like, I know that they had to make ghouls more, I don't know, easy to understand so that general audiences could understand them and not be dumbed down by nerd shit or whatever. That's ironic to say. Dumbed down by nerd shit. It's an oxymoron. That's a paradox. It's a lie. I don't know, man. I don't think they should have changed ghouls that way. It doesn't make sense. That's just another thing where the show needed something to be true, whether or not it fucked up Fallout's lore, so that the show could happen.
I'm going in.
What do I think of making Luke gay? I don't think that's really gonna happen. We all know he's a Alabama boy. He's got no brothers, unfortunately, so... He may have trauma after that, fair enough, yeah. Maybe that's enough. Maybe that changes him. Also, he's dead, so... Do you think when the remake comes out, they won't let you play the original? No, I don't think this will be a Warcraft situation. That would be really stupid. Does Mara Jade? No, she's not real. Would Mitra Surik have rizzed up Bastila Shan? Nah, probably not. Mitra Surik has a type. And they're both scumbags. Mitra Surik only settles for the most pathetic of men. Also, another thing about the Home Alone man being Leggett Lanius and now Caesar. Leggett Lanius was like 7'10" or whatever. Bro was like a literal giant. And Home Alone man is just a dude. Like, come on. Juhani is lesbian? Yes. I am aware. Yeah, I don't know what George's beef is with Mara Jade. I think someone's mentioned it in chat before, like talked about what's up. Atten can be saved. Honestly, bruh, I don't like him. Atten's not pathetic because he's useless. He's useless in game, though, don't get me wrong. He's pathetic because he's just comically evil, and his decisions that he's made are just disgusting. Only Mitra Sura could forgive. She's got I can fix him. I can fix pathetic man. Caesar Flickerman. I still think it's crazy that Mitra Surik heard that Atten, like, killed and tortured a Jedi, many Jedi, and, like, had a crush on one of them. Like, if I heard that, I'd be like, fuck you, dude. You fell in love with that prisoner you were torturing. Like, okay, buddy. What a strange thing to say. Yay, double force. Oh, wait. I'm level 15? Wow, what do you know? I need immunity. That's the responsible thing to pick. Much as I would love extra damage right now. Who is Atten? Atten Rand. Reverse Stockholm Syndrome. Yeah, pretty much, honestly. Kevin is not Leggett Lanius, he's some other Lanius. Lanius is probably dead. I guess you're right, he only does survive in Legion ending. But then again, like, they didn't choose an ending, so who knows? In the credits of the Fallout TV show, does McGalkin, or whatever his name is, does he appear as Leggett Lanius or does someone else? I didn't have the patience to check the credits when I watched Fallout Season 2. So, I don't know. I don't know who he is, or what he's doing. Are we saving Cart's son? I don't typically do companion quests, because they're not really worth it. In a normal challenge run. In a normal run of KOTOR, sure, because, like, you do everything in a normal run. But for challenge runs, they're not worth the time or XP. Yes, I think KOTOR 2 would have the restored content mod, but it wouldn't be the same way you remember it. The remake is probably going to take what was unfinished and reused, remade, restored in the restored content mod and remake it again. They're not going to take what the modders work and copy paste it. They're going to remake everything that wasn't finished from scratch. Because that's what the remake, that's what the restored content mod is. Unfinished, cut stuff being put back in the game to add more. Add more dialogue for context to the story to make things make sense. Levels, items, etc. etc. I think they're going to see all the stuff that was cut, not finished, and just remake it themselves and maybe add more. So, technically, yes, they will be using the same mod. They'll be using the mod, they just won't be copying what we have currently. They'll be doing their own stuff. Leggett Lacerta. Okay. He's wearing Lanius' mask, though, I'm just saying. But, like, I can believe Lanius is dead. RIP. But also I can believe it. And I prefer that. I certainly prefer that over him being Lanius. Because he does not strike me as Lanius. He'd probably be impossible to cast anyway. Man of that size and girth. And aura. And voice. Also, they wouldn't get the modders' permission. They wouldn't be able to get the modders' permissions. Yeah, they would have to get their permission, but they wouldn't be able to. That was a whole thing with the KOTOR 2 Switch Edition. They couldn't find every modder who worked on the restored content mod and couldn't get every permission or credit, so it caused a legal issue. Too many random people worked on it. Were unaccounted for. I don't mind remakes adding a diverser cast. They just have to be the right actors for the job. If they do a good job, that's all I care about. Because I can recognize that some older properties were definitely not diverse. Like, for example, in the KOTOR Escape from Terrace short fan film, Bandon's black, and he looks awesome, and he does really good. It's not that big of a deal. He does a great job, and I like it.
Bring her to me, alive, if possible.
As you command, Master.
I have nothing against adding diversity. All I care is that the actor does a good job. Actor or actress. A round of Gwent. I've actually never played Witcher. Oh no, I have. I haven't finished Witcher 3. I've played a little bit of Witcher 3, but I haven't like played it, to be honest. I've talked about it before. I wouldn't be surprised if they made Bastila Asian. Because, I mean, Satel Shan... I mean, I don't know. I don't actually know I don't know what racial group Satel Shan is in. Or Theron, for that matter. Honestly, I don't think it's a subject I can even, like, intelligently talk on. I wouldn't care. I wouldn't mind. If they do good, great. I'm fine with that. As long as it's done tastefully. Unlike the poor man playing, friggin' Severus Snape now. Lots of strange questions being asked. Like, was James Potter and his clique being mean to Snape because he was the only black student at Hogwarts? Like, they had good intentions with the casting, but then people started asking strange questions like, wait, is that why that's going on in this version? Obviously, no, that's not what the problem was in the original. That's not what was happening in the original, but now you ask the awkward question, because that's now what it seems like. Did I like the KOTOR fan film? I could definitely tell that it was written by high schoolers in a lot of places, but it was campy, it was fun, and the sets and production value is very high. It's very impressive, and I'm glad that there are people who are into KOTOR, young people who are into KOTOR, and willing and able to give it this attention. I think it's very cool. I had a fun time watching it, and I'm very excited to see what they do next. Imagine going to high school where they're going to high school. People working on that film. Series. Oh, I haven't even sold my racing bonds yet. I'm gonna have plenty of money for endgame. I don't even need to sell anymore. Hindu Bastilo, that could be possible too. British accent. Indian Bastilo. But I think the surname Sean could be Asian. Don't know where in Asia. But you could say that. I don't know, man. I'm a clueless white boy. What do I gotta say about anything? Is Savage being cooler than his brother Maul a hot take? No, I don't think so. Savage was definitely supposed to be Maul's replacement until they said, you know what, let's just bring back Maul too. Sam Witwer wants a voice role. Alright, now let's head to Manan. Yeah, it's really hard to follow up old Snape, dude. Old Snape was just perfect. In general, the whole Harry Potter movie series, why are you even making a TV show about it, period? Like, it's just so good. Why even redo it? Like, I get that there is a fiscal responsibility to not let Harry Potter sit on its ass as an IP. And if you're working at a studio, you need a job to do, or whatever. But it's just, it's not worth it. I think that we need to learn to let things lie. We don't need to remake everything. Some things are just done right the first time. Should Dr. Sirvana actor from Shazam? I don't really remember him that much. He does have a good, like, head structure.
Yeah.
And he looks good bald. I don't know if he... Well, I don't know. I'd have to see him, like, with a mask on, maybe. I don't think his voice fit perfectly, though. I mean, he could change that voice, too, so, like, it's not that big of a deal. He could modify what he sounds like. But... I don't know, maybe. I think the Malik that they have for the KOTOR fan film right now doesn't really fit. Also, his outfit that they made for him was unfortunately falling apart. I know you can't be perfect in high school, but hoping to see the drip fixed up in next film. Bandon had the best outfit in the entire film. Bro is dripped out. Like, Mans was rocking that shit. Alright, I'm gonna leave my character in front of the water for a second. The very fucked up and broken skybox water. Gonna use the restroom again. Wow, I hadn't saved since Tatooine. Okay, we're back. Hello. Erg. Alright, let's see what we got over here. Manon shouldn't be that bad. We've got all the force powers to deal with everything. So, we're pretty chilling here. I still need Force Whirlwind and max force speed, so I definitely need to get to level 17 minimum. So I'll be doing some questing, no skipping around.
Welcome to my... Here, you...
What's the question, Minerva? Hello? That guy was throwing. Can't stand when movies get sequels they didn't need, like Gladiator and Joker. I agree. It's pretty lame when that happens.
Hey.
Do you have anyone you'd recommend for doing Revan and Mitra? For doing the VAs in their remakes? Their VAs?
We might have.
Honestly, no. I'd prefer Revan and Mitra stay as they are now. Text boxes. And maybe in KOTOR 1's case, you have Kevin talking to himself. When he's, you know, doing actions. I think it'd be much better if Revan and Mitra don't have voices, because like if you're gonna try and make someone sound evil from the get-go, that's kind of like a red flag for people who don't know the twist. But I wouldn't be surprised if, I wouldn't be surprised if Bastila's VA got to be Mitra Surik too. She's just, you know, the best. Well, the KOTOR remakes let you customize your character or it'll lock you down to light side male. What do you mean? I mean, you can customize your portrait, if that's what you mean. I bet they'll at least have, like, presets. I wonder how far character customization will go if they add it at all. You can't stand Jennifer Hale's voice in anything but MGS1? Wow. I love Jennifer Hale's voice. Eddie Murphy? Eddie Murphy would not play Jolie Bindo. Eddie Murphy is not the choice. Not the right tone at all. I wouldn't be surprised if customization had voice options. Yeah, if it was like Baldur's Gate, your character talks to themselves when they're doing actions, but they're not like talking in dialogue. Those voices are mostly for flavor anyway. Let's to be like, oh, this is what my character sounds like. It's just another like bit of character creation, honestly. Jennifer Lawrence as Mitra. Maybe I could see Jennifer Lawrence's voice on Mitra. Maybe I could hear that. Has Jennifer Lawrence done voice work? Will Smith as Jolie. Keep my past history out your fucking mouth. That would be funny. Get Nomi Sunrider's name out your mouth. Narrator would be cool for KOTOR remake. Imagine if Kreia narrated everything. That would be simultaneously hilarious and ass at the same time. That'd be quite the creative decision. Or maybe if the old voice of Kreia is the narrator, because maybe she's too old to play Kreia herself. That could be an option if they add a narrator to KOTOR 2. KOTOR 2 as a game could honestly benefit from a narrator. Baldur's Gate 3 style. Not so much KOTOR 1. KOTOR 1's good on its own. I wouldn't mind that at all. Rick Sanchez voice for Jolie Bindo. Crazy. Kreia's voice player asks for massage in Dominic's estate. I would like one massage, please. I never get a day off, and it would be really poggers right now if I could get a massage. Kind of putting myself into a corner here, but it is what it is. Laura Bailey? Laura Bailey's never like... Are her roles ever like that super duper serious? Because Exile's pretty serious. Like, Laura Bailey's got the talent, absolutely. Whenever I think of Laura Bailey, I mean, like, Serana from Skyrim is kind of serious, but also kind of not. Kira Carson is very much not serious. Invisigal's not serious. Like, she can have serious moments, but her overall tone, you know? I don't know. I think it's a hard maybe. Hello, Jess. Welcome to the chat. Revan, you need to take us to the temple. There. That's great danger in there. Take us a sip of vodka. Come on, let's go on an adventure, Revan. Come on. Gotta go in there, Revan. Swear to God. The Rakatans are hiding something, Revan. It's fucked up and evil. She's done Black Widow? Oh, yeah. Honestly, I forgot she did Black Widow in Rivals. But honestly... it's still a maybe. I think she could do it. I think she could adapt to it. It's not the first voice I'd think of for her. Morty as Garth. Peter Griffin, HK47. Statement. Yeah. when it comes to Laura Bailey. To quote the great Randy Jackson, that's gonna be a no for me, dog. Damn. Now we just need Travis Willingham for Revan. Have bro talking like Thor. I must stop Lord Vitiate and increase his J's for Asgard. Might I say, by the way, that Travis is a lucky man for no reason in particular. I knew you were gonna throw a thermal detonator at me, you bitch. I know you're kind, Grenadier. Low-key, Force Wave would be kind of nice right now. But let's not rely on that. Trump as Aegir or Brejic. Hey there! Hey there, Upworlder! I heard you were trying to look for Rookil's books. Slimy Rookil, we call him. Old Rookil. Sleepy Rookil. I tell you what, if you find Rookil's books, you give them to me. I'll take care of them. I'll take care of them. I promise. I would never keep them away from the village. Have I seen Marvel Zombies? No. I have not. I've heard things, though. Mostly mixed, up and down. Quite frankly, would you like to take a look at my store? The inventory? It's tremendous. The best, really, even. But that Promised Land, we got a bad deal with that Promised Land. I don't like it. Fake news. Fake news, that Promised Land. Don't let them fool ya. Don't let them trick ya. There is no Promised Land. Daniel Kim did Johnny Gat. Johnny Gat. Hey yo. Trump has to be Rukio himself. True. We're talking about the Trump Land. Trump Land Amusement Park. Also Firelord Ozai? I thought the original Firelord Ozai was Mark Hamill. Sleepy boy Rukio. Sleepy Rukio. Man. Also, when I imagine a voice actor doing lines for good character in New Vegas, switching to Total Cycle, it's like two different characters. They'd pay him twice. Well, I mean, Fallout 4 is the better example of that. It's just the same guy in different tones. That's why it's kind of hard to get into Fallout 4's guy and gal. They both... It's not as much personality when it's in text, because more of it's in your head, you know? Live action Ozai. Ah, I see. There is no Promised Land, there are no Epstein files, and there is no Rukil. Offering Kovefi. Yeah, I haven't seen the Netflix Avatar show. I've heard that people don't like it. I'm not surprised. Netflix trying to write dialogue that people who aren't watching the show will understand. Like, people who have the show on in the background. I'm Toph Bei Fong, and I just invented metal bending. People who are watching knew that. People who've got it on while they're working or eating lunch or whatever, they don't know that. There is no KOTOR 2, there is no Kreia, there is no Treya, there is no secret dark evil academy. I've never been there, never been invited. Actually, I was an informant at the Dark Evil Academy, believe it or not. English West Country accent from David Prowse. We need Carl Urban to play Revan. Oi, Bastila. Would you like to hop in the Bobbity Beppo? To Bollocks, Darth Malik. I don't know, Revan. That'd be kind of fucked up. Carl Weezer is Karth. Hello, Arinya. Welcome to the chat.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. I lost my wife and son at Chilos, and I'm never gonna let you forget about it. Croissant.
Carl as Revan is a fucking shout.
I am Revan Reborn, Sheen. Look at my Force Lightning.
Sheen as HK-47, that would work. That would make sense. HK-47 as Blender from Futurama / Jake the dog. I could see it. I love killing, I love maiming things. Makes sense to me. Star Wars Boys Edition. Carl as Revan and Anthony Starr as Malik. Honestly, bruh, Anthony Starr could do some real damage in Star Wars. I think he'd be a wonderful Sith Lord for sure. Mr. Beast is Alan Matale. Alan Matale. Nurik. Alan. My English accent is funny. It's the Carl Urban English accent. There's a difference. You should go to Puppet Beppo. If Anthony gave his Homelander kind of performance as a Sith, would be fire, yeah. I agree. He would kick some ass as a Sith Lord. Hell, just like being an Imperial officer would also be good. That man would do numbers. Elon needs to be the Sandral father. Nurik, if Mr. Beast is Alan. What the hell is that crossover? Statement, evisceration works well. Electrocution and blood trauma also work well. I understand. Bender, Bending, Rodriguez. T-Series as Nurik. No. What are we even doing now? Anthony as a syndicate boss? Ah, nah, you gotta give him a name. He's got too much aura to be henchman number 5. You know? Americans have a weird view of English people's voices. Boba Beppo.
You there.
Hello, ma'am. Does KOTOR deserve a movie? Not Raw, no. People need to know what the hell KOTOR is before it gets a movie. As it is, we don't have enough eyes on KOTOR. I would say it deserves a movie because I would watch it, but everyone else, different story. But yeah, if they rushed into a movie, probably wouldn't go that well. Oh, you're immune? Why? Cringe. Well, I guess it makes sense that you're immune. You can't be force persuaded either, I'm pretty sure. Makes sense. Did I take Scoundrel? Yes, I did. Exar Kun. Yes, I did, former Darth Lord of the Sith. Me as Atten? Bro, I would just, like... I'd throw my character out the airlock as a favor. Honestly, bro, if I was gonna be in the KOTOR movie, I'd be a random Glepshido. That would make me angry. It would, it would. I have the voice for Atten. I don't know, Atten doesn't do enough puns. I'm all about the puns. Imagine if Karth did puns. I think that'd be pretty funny. But, yeah, I'm pretty sure our original evaluation of, Carl Weezer as Revan is, like, the only fan casting that should happen. There's no way it doesn't happen. It's like a requirement now.
Not a big fan of that Vitiate guy. He's kinda mean. Wants to eat a planet. It's bullshit. Fucking planet eater. I want to eat a planet. It'd be really cool if I could do that.
Warning.
Not half bad, Carl Weezer. Thank you, thank you. I try.
I'm gonna go sicko mode.
Definitely a thing Revan said, by the way. Absolutely, totally, 100% said that. No cap, no lie. No cap, no kizzy, as the kids say. Guy from Scream as a nihilist. I mean, I guess you wouldn't tell. He's got the mask on anyway, huh? Pretty funny.
Warning.
Goofy as Jolie. Well, of course, Revan. I sure hope you're not evil today. Oh, I'm gonna be hella evil today. Oh, fiddlesticks.
Warning.
I think it's crazy how Teresa from Fable and Crab both sound so similar, but they aren't the same voice actress. They had the voice down, I guess. You always hated that show? Jimmy Neutron? What? Damn. Not a fan of the Newt.
Warning.
Not a fan of Neutronius. Oh my god.
Warning.
Usually this puzzle's a lot quicker. I don't know what's going on today. I can do a better goopy than that. Okay. I'll imagine it in my head.
Warning.
am I missing? I think that was it.
Warning.
There we go. That's more like it. You can do Kith from Napoleon Dynamite. I've never actually seen Napoleon Dynamite. That's probably something I should watch for the sake of the culture. Scooby-Doo as Zalbar. Ruh-roh, Revan. Rundar. Ravery. Rooker Corporation. Did you guys know Zerker Corporation were gonna try and enslave the milkman from KOTOR 1? Like, they found his box and everything. Pisses me off. Worst part is you can't save him. You can't make him your friend. He was just gonna be evil either way. Fred Flintstone as Card. Well, ma. Oh, wait. Fuck. Roro, Rarth Rallic. Who's the least Force-sensitive? Senator Chuchi. Senator Chuchi from Clone Wars. Easy peasy. Anakin, Obi-Wan, Rex, and Ahsoka versus Revan. Nah, Revan wins, bro. Well, good point. Yeah, no, Revan wins. Because if it's like end of series Revan, like Kevin with all his memories back, he reaches higher peaks than Anakin, for sure. I don't know if Obi-Wan beats Bastila either. I think that'd be a pretty close one, actually. Maybe more in Obi-Wan's favor, because we only really see Bastila when she's young. But like, if Bastila was half as strong as Satele, then like I think Bastila can clap up Obi-Wan pretty good, actually. Karth and Zalbar, unfortunately, are getting slimed by Rex and Ahsoka, though. They are dying. They are cooked. Wisdom only is low-key cheesy. Only in the late game. I had to use speedrun strats to get past Sith Governor. Yeah, I will pick up Force Breach. So yeah, it looks like I'll be doing all the side quests. Were Old Republic Jedi more goated? Well, yeah, they were constantly fighting wars, so they were more attuned to fighting. If you were mediocre, you just died, pretty much. Meanwhile, with modern Jedi, you could be mediocre as you wanted. What were they going to do, send you to war? Not till the Clone Wars. In lightsabers only, Dooku versus Revan? Well, probably Dooku, because we don't really, like, see Revan sword fight ever. I'm sure there's been statements made, but we've seen Dooku clap cheeks. Are all of the ones that... No, they're not going to be made into videos. They're just stream series. That's why I'm able to put them out so quick. Revan can beat Dooku easy. Like, the image I have in my head of Revan, because Revan is this mystical, legendary figure, he'd probably beat Dooku, but we've never, like, seen him sword fight, actually. He's beaten Malak. He lost to Vitiate. And whatever we do in-game is canon to us, obviously, but, like... I know that there's been statements about Revan and his dueling, especially when he fought, what's his face? That Achani senator and won in a duel. Usanis. That was a pretty big endorsement for Revan's dueling skill. I'm just saying, seeing is believing, and we have seen Dooku clap cheeks. The man claps cheeks on the regular. So. Mandalore the Ultimate as well. And that's the thing, though. Revan was only fighting non-Force sensitive people, so that's kind of like a detriment to him. That's a detriment to his case. Usanis was an Achani, very talented warrior. Mandalore the Ultimate, a very talented warrior, but not Force sensitive. Not a lightsaber duel, you know? Meanwhile, Dooku's out here going band for band with everyone who's ever held a lightsaber ever. Mace Windu would beat Revan too. Now that's an... yeah. I could definitely see it. Mace Windu's Old Republic tier, for sure. I take statements with a grain of salt unless we've seen it in a comic or a novel. Dooku got Anakin lacking. Until, you know, he got overpowered. I wonder if Anakin would have been able to overpower Dooku in that moment if Dooku was still young. Probably still would have, but you know. By the way, welcome to the chat, George. Dooku's biggest weakness was his overconfidence. Low-key, Dooku's overconfidence was his correct and totally understandable expectation. Bro just did clap cheeks. But yeah, he was pretty damn sure that Anakin wasn't gonna win until he did. Mace Windu is the cooler Vrook, absolutely. Windu could maybe beat Yoda. Yeah, we've talked about this before. In a Force off, it's probably Yoda, because, you know, he's the consular, but in a lightsaber off, it may be Mace Windu, because he's the guardian. But you never know. Because Yoda can clap cheeks with sabers, too. He's able to stand against Dooku. And, like, have Dooku run. So. You never know. There are New Republic, or... like, what are they called? High Republic comics where Yoda's young and active, fighting pirates and shit. If you want to see him, read those. Who was Grandmaster in 1 or 2? I don't think we actually know who was the Grandmaster. The people on Dantooine were their own enclave who made decisions outside of Coruscant. And we don't really know if any of the KOTOR 2 Jedi that we hunt down or like the big leader, Grandmaster? That's a good question, honestly. I don't know who among them was the Grandmaster. If a pod mace is so strong, absorbs seeing energy like a lightning rod. Hello, Tiberius. Sith energy. Trusting this guy named Sidious. Seriously, betrayal was always in the cards. It would have been very Sidious of him. Yoda didn't lose to Palpatine either. He just retreated. He lost. He even said so. He even said as much. He didn't die to him. Granted, but he didn't win. So, in that case, you could say Dooku lost to Yoda. He wouldn't be able to win. Poor yogurt. I think Yoda versus Windu is more complex than that. Windu's almost over-specialized to defeating Sith. Papa doesn't work as well against people who aren't fighting with dark side power. I just think he would still be... I just think he would still be formidable with other lightning... with other lightsaber forms. The leader of the KOTOR Jedi is Flash. Grandmaster Flash. Sorry. Didn't quite hit that, no. Mace would have killed Palpatine if Anakin hadn't showed up. Mace was specialized. Sure, for sure, but I don't know, I just think he's just that good, too. He's just a strong-ass Jedi. A Sunday stream? Well, it's Saturday for me. It'll be Sunday in 2 hours, though. And I do Saturday, Sunday. Yes, thank you, Minerva, I saw. But yes, indubitably. It's time for the Dark Jedi Master. I don't have the force power for him, actually. Can I go kill some more things? Yeah, I'm gonna go kill some more things. No, fuck. I can't kill some more things. Let's see if I can't kill his little cell cath. Maybe that'll give me enough. I don't think it will. Yeah, no, that force drain just fucks me. Oh, okay, bye, Goose. I'm just like barely not strong enough to force whirlwind him, because I'm pretty sure he's immune. Let's see though. He's not immune, never mind. I was scared for nothing. He's a chud. Dark Chud Master. You think Palpatine staged himself losing? I mean, that's a fair assessment, because, you know, Palpatine is kind of just like that. But I also think that... I think Palpatine would have had something to run with if he had won. If Anakin came by at the last second. I think he would have been able to run with, look what I had to do to defend myself. They attacked me. So I think he did just lose. Jark Medai Plaster. LARP Crusty Plaster. He got permanent injuries from it. He did indeed shock his own face. It's a shocking display. Haha. Putting brain rot straight into his mind, inflicting him with the horror. That's what I do. LARPer Sith. Slideshow Bane. From our silly expedition into the streaming service last night. Oh, right, wrong place. People talking about the Revenge of the Sith duels, just read the novels. Most of their opinions on the duels are straight debunked. I also wonder how the novels, the novelizations will work. Like, are they allowed to write whatever they want, or do they have huge oversight? And, like, does, like, Lucasfilm say, okay, this is accurate, this is correct, we accept this, or do they just do whatever they want? They just get permission to write a novelization and they can fudge whatever they like. I wonder. Because typically I just go with whatever old George was doing. Whatever George said is. Novels are written basically directly on the screenplay before the movies are finished. Interesting. sad about episode 3 was that the line Dooku says in the game, and it was a movie scene, but the actual movie it was cut. Yeah, they cut a lot. Could Full Sword be any good? Like, who would be the villain? Probably a Sith. If I had to guess. But maybe if they want to subvert expectations, it could be a Sith villain at the start, but then a Jedi betrays the gang. I mean, I think that'd be pretty noticeable. That'd be pretty boring, but I don't know. I think it would just be a Sith Lord. Just because there are 2 of you, don't assume you have the advantage. Was so tough, and they filmed it but cut it. So sad. So unfortunate. Darth Bane, no. I don't think KOTOR is going to be that far away from the Old Republic. But we'll see. We shall see. Bane is Old Republic, but he's New Era, pretty much. Like, he's Old Republic, like, as we know it, KOTOR, SWOTOR, bridging into modern galactic history. Bane's coming about is when the Sith Empire finally actually falls, and he enacts the rule of 2, and the Republic win for 1,000 years, exists for 1,000 years with no event. Apart from the Acolyte, which is ignored and swept under the rug for political reasons.
Have you managed? Excellent. When you are ready, I wish you...
Oh yeah, I level up. Let's go. I'm gonna fight Darth Brandon. Or I could skip him. That'd be the worst thing. Feet. Give me that HP. Give me that speed. Give me that whirlwind. Yeah. Yeah, we got it. Darth Brandon. Guys, what if KOTOR is not actually an RPG and they lied to us? KOTOR is actually going to be SWOTOR's continuation. It's going to be the next SWOTOR expansion. KOTOR being a DLC for SWOTOR would be devious. Greatest con in human history. Rage bait of the century. I wouldn't even mind, honestly. If it was a scheme that devious, I would have to respect it. Ben can use force powers with his armor on. Yeah, dude. He's a big dumb cheater. KOTOR will be VR. Only 3-hour walking simulator. No way, dude. I can't wait to walk in the Old Republic. I don't know, if they transition Old Republic, if they transition KOTOR into High Republic era, I think that's them basically saying, there is no more Old Republic we want to do. Like, they're doing the end of the Old Republic. I think that's just, like, even if it's not their intent, that just, like, screams, we're done. No more. Stop asking. This is it. Let's hope not.
No problem. Got it.
Clearly, KOTOR is actually just going to be the Vault of Glass from Destiny 2, reskinned with Star Wars. Guardians make their own fate and all that. Elliot Page as Revan Force Ghost and Zendaya as Mitra Surik. Zendaya. I don't like that. We would need Tom Holland Canderous. It wouldn't be complete without it. Alright, fellas. Well, we are on Manan now. We've basically blasted through Tatooine and Kashyyyk like they were nuttin'. Wisdom Run is pretty much Jover. Now that we've got really good force saves. Plus 11. We have plus 7, and also it's actually plus 9. Plus 9 is still really good. Plus 9 is like about what a normal character would have if you've built Charisma and Wisdom normally and are wearing the Keldroma and freaking... what do you call it? Circlet of Suresh in a normal playthrough. So we're about as strong force-wise as a normal character who's building high. So I think we're chilling. We're going to get even more wisdom later on with the Revan ropes. We are so good. All we got to do pretty much is just finish out the run. Get a few more force powers to secure it. Like Force Suppress. Force Suppress and... let's see. Disable droid's not required. Yeah, we just need suppression. That's like the only thing we need. And even then, I think destroy droid may even work. I'm not sure. But you get the idea. Run's basically over at this point. Anyway, thank you very much for coming by the stream tonight. Hope to see you all tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. EST as we continue this run. Maybe we'll finish it then. We'll see. And we can continue on to Dexterity. We'll see what happens. Have a good night, everybody. See you in the Discord server or otherwise. Bye-bye.